Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Ooh. Yeah. Man, this is some good footage. I could totally see you having a place here. Good progression, difficulty in gameplay, fantastic armor. I see some real potential fashion opportunities there, friend. Yeah, I'm in.
Great, so what do you want me to do?
Well, I guess I wanted to explain to everyone how our worlds are similar, first of all, you know, and we'll just go from there, okay? Shouldn't take long. Anything you need me to do at the moment? Anyway, you can tone down your...
Hellspawn over there? Come on, man. Kids watch this shit.
He won't take it off. After like our third fight, he complained about me not
Pulling my weight and threatened to quit if I didn't keep him in the best equipment money could buy.
I caved because I hate being alone on long quests, and well...
It's the best we can afford right now, so...
Whatever. Just maybe keep him over to the side or something.
You know, until you can afford something everyone can look at without having nightmares at least.
Alright, so tell me about the gunplay in your world.
I'm sorry, gunplay? I use a charge blade for the most part, but... I mean, I do have a bow and a heavy bow gun.
I prefer the melee weapon myself. Huh. So no real gunplay.
I mean, sort of, I guess. It's fun for what it's worth, you know, when you do get to do it.
Okay, well, how about the abilities? I mean, that's what makes my world great, if you ask me. Tell me about yours.
Abilities?
Well, I can fall from great distances without taking any damage.
That's one.
It's not real exciting, mind you.
What do you want from me?
These weapons have some secondary functions that are more powerful, but like, I can't fire energy waves from my swords or anything. Well, speaking from experience, you're really missing out. I'm sure I am, you know?
But what do you want me to do? My sword and shield turn into a charged axe. That's what I got.
Oh, and this little prick right here. All right, I'm sorry. So, I mean, you build weapons, right? You go for perks on armor too. That's sort of like building weapons in Warframes here and modding them, sorta. I suppose.
There are similarities, but you're reaching at best.
Maybe. How long have you been in World?
Well over 100 hours now.
And I want more. I bet you do. Looks like a good time.
It is.
But I got a quest to hit. Did you get all the footage I sent? Yes, sir. About to present it now. Thank you very much, and talk to you later, okay? Oh, and happy hunting. All right. Good luck, and...
Hey, don't compare it to Dark Souls, okay?
Huh? Tell me what to do. Do whatever I want. This is my show, bitch. Hi, Siege here, and let me get straight to the point. The video I was working on this week got corrupted, and all the work is gone, so there's that. However, I felt like it was a good opportunity to shoehorn in something I wanted to convey in regards to Monster Hunter World and my general impression of the game so far, especially in regards to the number of videos I've seen pop up recently urging Destiny or Warframe players to run out and grab a copy of the game. I'm not 100% sure that player will necessarily appreciate the game just because they like Warframe or Destiny though, so consider the information in this video if you're on the fence about purchasing it, and in particular belong to one of those two groups I just described. Truth be told, there really aren't a lot of actual similarities other than the fact that you can scavenge for items and materials, grind for loot, and play with friends. Past that, in my opinion, the experiences are pretty different. In fact, many people are going to hate me for saying this, but Monster Hunter World has a lot more in common with Dark Souls than it does either one of those games. And it has a lot of things in common. Now, before you get upset, Monster Hunter World isn't the Dark Souls of whatever type of game Monster Hunter World is, so just calm down. But it does implement a very similar healing and item system, a very similar combat system. Bosses are both very healthy and excessively aggressive, some with questionable hitboxes, and even a weapon upgrade tree that more closely follows Dark Souls' ways of reinforcing weapons using materials that get rarer and more dangerous to acquire as you push into late game. Now, I'm just over 100 hours into the game, and I haven't even beaten it yet, so that should speak to the longevity you can expect to experience should you enjoy the gameplay itself, and I hope you do, because if you want to get equipment to suit how you want to play or even look, you're going to be killing a lot of monsters to get it. And these monsters are, for the most part, not particularly interested in letting you take it from them either. So quite a few of these fights may leave you feeling fairly spent once they're over. This is where the Dark Souls formula is deviated away from significantly, as once the boss has taken a certain amount of damage, they're going to flee into an area pretty far away usually, forcing you to chase them, and interestingly enough, setting you on this kind of emotional roller coaster as you try to track and continue to wound the target until you bring it down and carve away its precious upgrade materials, or either die or even have the monster just leave outright, potentially leaving you with nothing for your significant time investment. And when I say that, like, it can be upwards of 50 minutes. It's a risk you take, though, every time you play. Now let me be clear, because I might be painting a rather poor picture of the game so far, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. In actuality, I'm having fun playing right now. I feel like the progression system tied in with the gear, allowing you a fair number of useful perks to seek out and experiment with, are just tons of fun. And the weapons themselves, their design, and the sheer variety of weapons has me always looking at other people's stuff and wondering, would I like to try that? What about that? Does that sound familiar, Warframe people? Also, there's multiple world tiers, so even those that can't grind for the best gear can still get some fairly good stuff with easier to manage monsters, potentially making the game feel fun and fresh for much longer while still being able to get a little taste of what endgame stuff can do and even what it looks like. And some of it looks really good too. With each weapon type, there are a ton of named weapons with elemental or critical significance the further they are upgraded. The items can be a little much to manage at times, though, especially if you're using a bow or bowgun. Overall, though, I feel like it's a game worth my time, and I stress my time because I like this type of punishing, high-risk, high-reward gameplay that Monster Hunter World features. I also like challenges, and oh boy, some of these bosses are no joke. Nergigante is as rage-inducing as any boss I've experienced in the Soulsborne franchise, and there are others that are somewhat similar in that regard. So for me, it was like they took the looter aspect I became a fan of with Destiny and fell in love with in Warframe and applied it to a third-person melee game akin to the Souls franchise, at least in the way the game feels, and that was enough. You know, I was sold. But I think it's going to be hit or miss with fans of Warframe or Destiny in that the games themselves really aren't similar at all, like especially where it matters in the gameplay itself. One more little note I wanted to add as well. The matchmaking in the game, at least up to this point, is not as seamless as Destiny or Warframe and can be a bit frustrating to work with at times, as the group that I've played with have had some problems actually assembling in-game periodically. It seems like grouping up in general is restricted to certain modes, although when everybody is together and playing, it seems to run really well, at least in my experience. You may even see a video or two pop up in the future on this game. I just need to tell you because, again, I'm very much enjoying it. It does seem like there is some longevity there in the game, and also there's a character that I can use in my videos, so why would I not? I just want to say I do really feel bad that I wasn't able to get out my original video this week. I was really excited to put it out there. I'm going to try to recover as much as I can and maybe make it next week's video. We'll see. I was very excited about it, but I figured this was as good an opportunity as any to offer my thoughts on Monster Hunter World and what a newer player might expect from the game, especially if they are one of my subs, because let's face it, you most likely play Warframe, Destiny, a combination of both, or you just like the sound of my voice. And in that regard, I guess it's more important to just say something. The content itself really doesn't matter. I must say, I do like that bar to strive for. At any rate, I hope you all have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.
You compared it to Dark Souls.
Didn't you? That is correct. I did.
Just had to do it, huh?
What? What's wrong with you? What's the problem?
I get a bad feeling about this.